Is $130,000 in loans for an engineering degree from Colorado University Boulder worth it? Okay, I'm not even going to read the question, but if the alternative is no loans, then the answer is obviously no. But let's read the question. All right, my son is torn between the University of Colorado Boulder and Oregon State University. Oh, they want to go out of state. Okay. All right. For an environmental engineering degree. Thing is, he can get out of OSU with only about $14,000 in loans, whereas Boulder would be $130,000. Yes, Boulder is ranked much higher. Okay, rankings don't really matter that much, in my opinion. For environmental engineering, CUB is ninth versus OSU is 69th. Nice. But I've heard employers don't care as much about where you get your degree unless it's MIT or similar. Yeah. And sometimes they take care and then they run away. And then that the clubs and internships that you do are more important than the school. We can technically afford to pay the 130,000. We'd have to cash out investments, etc. But I told my son it'll just mean we have less to support him later in life, e.g., with a down payment on a house or with an inheritance. So either way, he's paying for it. Just a question of what is more worth it. Thoughts? So my parents did something for me that was really helpful for navigating the process of college choosing and college selection. They told me that basically the amount they'd support me with was what it would cost for me to go to my in-state school. So I could either go to my in-state school or I could find something that's comparable and then I'd foot the difference. So I found something that was comparable at Trinity University in San Antonio, cost-wise, and then it was even. And I was very blessed. I have a lot of privilege. My parents were able to pay for my college, and that is not something that everybody experiences. So I recognize that. But in this situation, I think that, a little bit more front end communication, hindsight's 2020, but a little bit more front end communication with your kid on what you'd pay for would have been helpful to this situation. But the answer is no. No, it's not worth it to go $130,000 to go out of state to Colorado University Boulder. I'd say go to University of Oregon State, go to your state school. It's probably a great program. You said it's ranked in the top 100 programs, and the rankings don't really even mean that much, anyways. It's as long as there's a decent career field for environmental engineering in the Oregon region, which I believe that there is, then that's going to matter more than anything. And he what he does to get involved and network himself and market himself while he's in school will have much more of an impact on his ability to get a job after graduating than the college that he chooses. Just because you choose to go to a particular college doesn't mean that you automatically get handed jobs on a silver platter. I'd say that you can choose colleges that have small resources for placing students that don't have a large network and don't have large career fairs, don't have large alumni bases, and you can hamper your ability to get into the career field. It might be even harder for you to break in, but you don't. One school doesn't necessarily do all that for you. You still have to do the same amount of work. You still have to get decent grades. So no, it's not worth it to go to Colorado University Boulder for an extra $130,000. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this is that whenever my kids are choosing colleges, if I am so privileged to be able to pay for their college, unless money becomes so far not an object for me, which I don't see myself being on that trajectory anytime soon, they're going to be told the same thing. We can pay for this much. And then hopefully the lessons we've taught them about money and all that other stuff will help them make the right decision for themselves. And I think that in the grand scheme of things, this parent, they're asking this question because they're trying to help their child make the right choice, which the right choice is not to go to Colorado University Boulder. Student loans, sit him down with a financial planner and tell him how much money that is per month and what his payment options would look like to pay off those student loans. Talk him through the financial impact of that and what the alternative value of that money is if he was just investing it, compounding. Show him the gap. Your son wants to go to engineering school. He's probably pretty intelligent. Show him the math. Show him how it impacts his life, his stability in life, there's just so many reasons why. He's smart enough. You can kind of help him make the right decision for himself. But in hindsight, maybe, setting that expectation earlier on would have helped. So, top comment is no. How is that even a question? No, no, no. So everybody agrees with me. I'd say don't chase rankings for schools in general unless you have the luxury to do so, which it sounds like you guys really don't, and he doesn't either. So don't do that.
I'm miscommunicating. I just made a pilot, then they threw me on the stations. Now I'm not complaining. My thoughts get complicated. I cannot explain in lameness. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries. Thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify. They put me on the station.